I heard raindrops, but it's sunny. What happens when it's raining and it's sunny at the same time? Whoa, where are we? This is sticky. Feels like about 83 degrees. Dew point, I don't know, 73? Just guessing. I haven't had a lot of time. Wasn't really prepared to do my outdoor weather and more, but I heard raindrops and I felt sunshine and I thought maybe there'd be a rainbow. Oh, what do you know? There's a rainbow and it's gorgeous. And what is all that lush green right there? I would say that's the, where are we? I forgot. Jost van Dyke. Right, we went to sleep in Cane Garden Bay and woke up in Jost van Dyke. How does that happen? Well, the captain here had a secret plan. He wanted to get here very early because this is one of the most treasured spots to anchor or moor in the BVI. I mean, it's all beautiful, but what they've done over here is established the most popular bar, beach, restaurant in the Caribbean, they say. The Soggy Dollar. When does it open? It's 7:45 our time. It's 6:45 in New England, and I can do the weather. I've got a good internet connection. You can watch us on the beach today on this live streaming cam. So many people enjoy that. Oh, there are those birds, those beautiful birds. I think they're called frigates or something like that. Again, I wanted to prepare. Oh, here comes one in for a landing. Do it. Come on over here. Do a flyby. Do a TK photobomb. Oh, they seem to like it over there. There must be a pile of food of some kind right behind those trees. And yeah, streaming cams. I love streaming cams. I have them. I own them. And the first thing I looked at was the streaming cam at J Peak Resort before the sun even came up. And it was shaking and it's snowing sideways at J Peak. It is blizzarding in New England. What are they eating? All right, that one's got something in its mouth, and just like the gulls in New England, they follow each other around. Some are white-breasted, some are, or is that, they just have red beaks. Can someone look up those birds for me right now? Thanks. Okay, I'll get back to the birds. Let's do the weather. I want to do the weather for New England. It's day 2 in a row of New England snow. January 2nd, so far it snowed every day this year, and it's going to keep on snowing in the mountains because it's called low barometer cold. The low that went through yesterday that was kind of disappointing in the rain department for many has turned cold now, and we are getting out of that extended thaw and into an extended period of what we call low barometer cold, and there's blocking in the atmosphere, so any storms that are going to come along are going to end up probably jogging off to the south. Mount Washington this morning, what was it, about 7 degrees up the top and much less cold at the bottom. That's low barometer cold. It's instability, lapse rate, and the wind gusted to 115 miles an hour this morning on Mount Washington. So there are going to be lift hold issues at the ski resorts, and not all the ski resorts share. I'm going to go up here. Not all the ski resorts share in this low barometer cold snow. You know the one that gets the most. It's called J Peak Resort, and the forecast is for feet of snow here. It may not stop snowing. Well, I don't know when it's going to stop snowing. As soon as the barometer goes up at some point, but when's the barometer going to go up? And where is the high pressure? Wind is air moving from high to low, so we get the low to our north. And the high, well, it's kind of divided. Part of it's way down there in the deep south, where we're going to experience record cold and probably problem cold, where they're not so equipped for cold. And I think the high that's more impactful, though, is on the west side of the Hudson Bay in Western Canada. So it's really on the other side of the continent, and it's 45 degrees below zero just north of Alberta, Canada this morning. So we saw about 4 weeks ago it was 40 below. We ended up with record cold in here for that. And then it turned into warmth, and we had more thaw than I expected. So our old-fashioned winter, look at these birds. Our old-fashioned winter had a serious interruption. And so much so, I don't even know if we can call it an old-fashioned winter anymore. We were monitoring the snow depth on Mount Mansfield, where it is coming back up. Mount Mansfield also does share in this low barometer cold upslope snow. And Andre is always posting the imagery of the snow stake, which looked pretty crusty. At least it looked white again by the end of the day yesterday, and we were down to about, I don't know, 28 or 29 inches of snow depth. And I can put the year 2010, 2011, that winter, and superimpose it, and we're really going kind of dancing up and down along with that winter, which ended up being a great winter. Remember way back in early October on Columbus Day when we had the earliest foot of snow on record, tying 2010. So now we're monitoring the winter, well, the year 2011. So far it's in lockstep, and it shows incrementally more and more snow, getting us to 100 inches by springtime. And no reason to doubt that, even though the forecast has changed dramatically for the Northeast. I did have just enough internet connection back at the beginning of the week, back on Sunday and Monday, when everyone was posting those imageries of 20 to 40 inches of snow in Boston coming up with a series of storms early next week especially. Well, that has completely changed. So why don't I just get to the Euro? Oh, this wind keeps shifting. It's hard to hide from the wind. I'm gonna get down below the captain's bridge wheel right here. I think I might be able to hide from the wind. And just cut to the chase on the forecast for New England. Low barometer cold, this low and blocking results in a lot of isobars, so there are definitely going to be wind hold issues. There's the low to our north, and it's not really moving. It's actually retrograding to the west a bit. Bands of snow and warmer air actually coming from south of Greenland across into eastern Canada and down into New England, while the pure Arctic chill fuels this what looks like a blizzard coming out of what is that, Kansas, and then cutting right along Interstate 70, 80, and maybe a blizzard for places near Kentucky and Ohio, and then that goes out to sea to our south, and we just stay cold here. It's not extreme cold in New England, actually, and that storm goes out to sea, and we turn briefly a bit warmer air advection from the north, and then another Arctic front comes in probably about next Wednesday and Thursday, and all that does is enhance the snowfall in the upstate of New York, well, way up in New York. Lake Placid and Mount Mansfield and Jay Peak and Mount Washington will be getting snow every day out of all this, and the Arctic plunge goes way down into the central United States. We'll go all the way out to 240 hours. That high goes down in the Mississippi River Valley, and the cold front is going to Cuba. Now, we'll be back north by then, so I'm not going to see the cold front coming down to Miami when we fly out of here. I don't know, I guess we're flying out on Saturday. We actually got a wedding in New Jersey. So anyhow, stop it at 240 hours, and there's the cold front all the way down there. And it may be colder in Orlando, Florida, with that 540 line than it is in, say, Boston, Massachusetts, where we may have some slight ocean effect flow, as the high never really comes over us. So we're not really going to stabilize. So anybody is subject to some snow shower, snow squall activity over the next 10 days. But for most of New England, it's just going to be windy and cold, and the wind will abate, and we're actually going to have warmer air coming in from eastern Canada compared to what's happening in the middle of the United States. All right, so I wasn't really ready. I was actually in bed when I heard the raindrops, and I was studying the weather and watching the snow. And we get this webcam. You can watch us, and we'll get in front of the camera. I don't know, how's 10 a.m. We'll be standing out in front of the camera and all waving to our family. And look at the yachts. Now, we pulled anchor at Cane Garden Bay last evening, and we were one of the first people here. And now people all in front of us, next to us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21. We've got a couple of dozen who have moored here, and everyone wants to get to the soggy dollar. This was where the painkiller cocktail was invented, I believe. How many of those will I have today? How about 2? 2. All right, I've learned a little bit more. The white-breasted are the female frigates, and the red-breasted are the male frigates. And there's a colony of them here. And there's actually 5 different resorts or restaurants and bars here. And the one with the white flag over there is the Soggy Dollar with the web camera. So if you look out that webcam around 10:30 or so, we might be on there, and those are the yachts that you see right out in front of that web camera. And it looks like we have low barometer, cold, instability anyway here, BVI, with the rain showers and rainbows. All right, here's the Inmore. Sunset at the bitter end. Actually, I think that's the name of this area, called the bitter end. Bitter end of 2024. pretty sweet, isn't it? Pull up to the bow of the bar. And for our next stop, it's called Saba Rock. Looks more like Saba Resort, and they're how do they know it's 5 o'clock?
They must think it's 5 o'clock.
It's instinctual. Beautiful. They got character. No doubt if I don't talk louder than the audio, the music, I'll get a copyright. Get some waterside dining going on. Vallarta, Puerto Rico. Shopping, dancing. A lot of these rentals around here. North Seek 4107-8L. You hear that? I think the phone is ringing. Hello? It's Tim Kelly. No, this isn't Weymouth. This is Bitter End. No, Saba Rock. Sorry, you have the wrong number. I think that was for you, Paula and Rand. I'm not sure, but I told them you weren't available right now. Is that the right thing to say? Herbert Burt Kilbride, March 8, 1914, January 8, 2008. I've thought about being frozen just before I pass on. They could defrost me around 2062. I'd renew my 99-year lease on Saba Rock. Then maybe get in a dive or two. Wouldn't that be something? That would be something, Bert. That would be something. Fish.
We're gonna catch him tonight, Lane. I'm having him big, Michael. Instead, just put a piece of a hook in the squid, toss out some squid.
And that's a wrap. The final sunset of 2024 here at Saba Rock, BVI. Next up, 2025. A reset. This is Caribbean lobster.
Right.
A lot fatter than New England lobster. The captain is also the chef. And our neighbors there just loaded a skiff. I'm not sure where they're going. Probably over to Saba Rock. And then right over there is Necker Island, where we may or may not have fireworks any moment. They've got strobe lights going up into the sky. Not strobe lights, what do they call those things? But it's on.
Flash on, Tim.
New day, it's a Wednesday. New year, it's 2025. The days kind of blend together out here, especially during the holidays. Hello, neighbor. It was so fun watching the drones and fireworks going off from Necker Island at midnight. So we got a late breakfast this morning. We get to sleep until 8. Breakfast is at 9. And I have no idea where we're going next, but it should be interesting. Departing Necker, 4:10 a.m. Thank you for the fireworks and drone. And the first cumulonimbus of the day, be it small, is developed there just north of Necker. We've got a big crowd headed north toward Anegada. And then a cruise ship with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 masts. Gavin says those are more ornamental than anything off in the sails don't fly. It's pretty. Get out of the way of the obstructed view there. I came in just to watch the Necker Island New Year's Eve show. Wind surf, Nassau, 5 masts, countless booms, 4 radars, cruise ship. When you're really in a hurry to get to the BVI, call Speedies at your service, but they probably don't have the same kind of quality Bloody Marys as Jordy has. All right, approaching our lunch spot off of Scrub Island. It's a island resort area here, and there's a little hollow that we can anchor up and have lunch here off Scrub Island, which is just north of Tortola, which is over there. Mind the shallow spots. That was our taxi ride to lunch. Kidding. And there's these little islands right here, just on the northeast side of Tortola. This is separate from Tortola. New school, background. Old school, foreground. Man with his boat, his tender, his cigar, best friend. Happy New Year indeed. It's gorgeous. That's Iguana Island. Nice little hole. A lot of the yachts spend the first day of 2025 there. We just had lunch just to the south of here. Now going flying the 83-degree water and going by where we spent our first 4 nights on Tortola, right down there. Hard to see, but that's Lambert Beach, and that's that Wyndham Resort where we started. So now we're flying the water into the Atlantic. We're going back into the Atlantic Ocean, and one of my favorite albums ever, Son of a Sailor, Jimmy Buffett has this song about manana, and he talks about Cane Garden Bay, and that's our destination. That's the North Atlantic. There's a little bit of a swell here. We're riding on about maybe a 3-foot ground swell. And there's the south, and look at this north side of Tortola. Pretty remote, pretty rugged. This is the view from the water view. And look at that switchback right there. Trail or road going up the hill. Those homes up there. Still plying along the north side. Little bay in there. Nice shelter. 3 boats anchored. And then the sun has already gone down behind this real rugged looking cliff. Looks like something out of the Pirates of the Caribbean, huh? But this is the Atlantic. And over there is Long Bay. We were there Sunday, and then I think around that corner right there is probably Cane Garden. Captain, I think we're coming to a corner here. Captain! Right there. Every man for himself. There's a view for you. Hey, let's go climb a tree. Come on. One on the right, please. Yeah. You think that the residents up there hit golf balls into the ocean? Tee it up. Try and hit us. Extra points. Buy you a beer. Red stripe on me. Here we are. Cane Garden Bay. Smell the shrimp on the barbie from here. Tradewinds electric boat, solar. And there are some new residences being constructed. Everything's for sale.
All right, Jordy, drop.
How deep is the water?
About like 4 meters.
4 meters. 4 times. Almost 4. About 15, 16 feet.
Yeah.
Not much. Just right. We can swim to church from here. It's good. Already says that's what you call a proper hook. I think we are secured. Dinner ashore tonight. Captain's cocktail today is called a stoned iguana. And it's got some curacao, some coconut rum, and the only cloud in the entire Atlantic Ocean is right there. This too shall pass.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. So we're here in King Garden Bay on board flagship Alatea, and we're having a beautiful sunset right now, and it's a beautiful first day of 2025.
Jordy, you've been the best host, along with getting kicked off the boat for dinner tonight for sunset on the beach at Cane Garden Bay. Thank you. All right, well, hopefully.
My guests are looking very, very nice this evening. So there is no way I'm going to get you guys to lunch.
Yeah, actually, my first time wearing it.
We made this wake.
Can't control other people's wakes, though.
Yeah, I know.
Very true, very true.
Texture. So light. Welcome to sunset at Cane Garden Bay. I got my mom's curried chicken. Very friendly kids. Cane Garden Bay Beach Motel. Sun's still going up there. Rhythm and Sands. Like that. Rhythm and Sands. Palm trees.
This bar looks nice.
Passengers of the Alatea.
You look so gorgeous. Everybody's gonna be envious of you. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's our ship, I think. I'm not sure which one it is actually. One of those.
Maybe they went to St. Kitts.
No, don't have to say
No, it's not over because breaking news, the moon is right there. You see it at the bottom? Widen out so you can see these coconut trees. I think they're coconut trees. And so the moon is high enough now that we have it right now. It's the waxing crescent wolf moon center and the love planet. There it is. Center. And where else would a group like us have dinner other than paradise? That's where we are, in paradise.